Alrighty, we are back and ready to rock and roll. This is break 1342, the 2021 Prizm Baseball one box pick your team. We hit a lava flow out of here last week. Let's hope we can get another one tonight. Starting off, we have a Clark Schmidt RC of the New York Yankees going to Chris, followed by Max Scherzer of the Nationals. Then we have Evan White of the Seattle Mariners going to Kevin, followed by Paul Goldschmidt of the St. Louis Cardinals. A Jorge Mateo RC of the San Diego Padres going to Leo. Then we have Willie McCovey of the San Francisco Giants. Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves, a Paul Goldschmidt Fearless of the St. Louis Cardinals, and that is going to David. Following that up with Willie Adams of the Tampa Bay Rays, and then a blue Ralph Kiner Old School out of 199 of the Pittsburgh Pirates, headed to Patrick as well, followed by Ian Anderson of the Atlanta Braves going to Deep South. Ian Anderson with that red RC going to Deep South, followed up by a championship stage, Kyle Hendricks of the Chicago Cubs going to Michael. Happy to run some 2020 football. I'll get on that so we can have some for next week. If you want to message me on Discord any specific 2020 football breaks you'd be looking for, I'd be happy to go look at those. Justin Turner of the Dodgers, Eloy Jimenez of the White Sox, Albert Pujols of the Angels, a little Joey Bart RC of the San Francisco Giants headed to Brooks. Then we have an Alejandro Kirk RC of the Toronto Blue Jays going to Joseph, followed by Brandon Lowe of the Tampa Bay Rays, Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies, a old school Ken Griffey Jr. of the Seattle Mariners, and that is headed to Kevin. Following that up with JT Realmuto of the Phillies, a silver Keston Hiura of the Milwaukee Brewers, and then a Lumber Inc. DJ LeMahieu of the New York Yankees. And we're going to have our first rookie signature, and it is going to be a Miami Marlin, and that is Nick Nieder of the Miami Marlins, and that is going to be heading to Leo. Noah Syndergaard of the Mets, Brooks Robinson of the Baltimore Orioles, and we have Victor Gonzalez of the Los Angeles Dodgers going to Kevin, followed by Jose Garcia of the Cincinnati Reds going to Michael, followed up by Ramon Urias of the Baltimore Orioles RC headed to Michael as well. And then we have Josh Fleming of the Tampa Bay Rays going to Patrick, followed by Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Guardians, Mike Schmidt of the Phillies, Ramon Laureano, Fearless Oakland right there, and that is going to be going to Phil, followed by a Jorge Oña RC of the San Diego Padres headed to Leo. Then we have a blue Luis Patino of the Tampa Bay Rays, and that is headed to Patrick, followed by a Sluggers, Charlie Blackmon of the Colorado Rockies. Alrighty, here we go. And as we dive into our third pack, welcome Deep South Cards with the Atlanta Braves and Chris with both the Yankees and Phillies. Thank you for joining us tonight. All new members can use promo code NEWBT at BreakTraders.com. We have Ramon Laureano of the Oakland A's, Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers, Tanner Hook RC of the Boston Red Sox going to Jeff, followed up by David Peterson of the New York Mets RC headed to Adam. A Nate Pearson rook of the Blue Jays going to Patrick, followed by a Dylan Carlson rookie of the St. Louis Cardinals headed to David. Then we have Alex Rodriguez of the Mariners and a Mike Trout stained glass of the Los Angeles Angels going to Lucas. Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. And then a Jesus Luzardo right there. And that is going to be out of 75 of the Oakland Athletics going to Phil. Following that up, we have a red Cabrian Hayes RC of the Pittsburgh Pirates going to Patrick. And then a Brady Singer rookie class of the Kansas City Royals. And that is going to be heading to David. We have Ryan Weathers of the San Diego Padres, followed by Garrett Cole of the New York Yankees, Corey Seager of the Dodgers, Mark McGwire of the St. Louis Cardinals, Joey Gallo of the Texas Rangers, Jacob deGrom of the Mets, Tyler Glasnow of the Rays, an illumination of Vlad Guerrero Jr. of the Toronto Blue Jays, Yordan Alvarez of the Houston Astros. Then we have a silver Andrew Vaughn RC of the Chicago White Sox headed to Michael. And then a stargazing, that's Trevor Bauer of the Los Angeles Dodgers going to Kevin. And our auto is going to be a rookie signatures, Ian Anderson of the Atlanta Braves headed to Deep South Cards. For a second, I thought Brett was asking about Topps Chrome Baseball versus Prizm Baseball because I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's chat that next week Topps Chrome will be replacing Panini Prizm Baseball in the eBay breaks. Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians, followed by Trevor Rogers of the Miami Marlins, headed to Leo. A Ryan Jeffers RC of the Minnesota Twins going to David. Then we have Kybert Ruiz of the Los Angeles Dodgers going to Kevin, followed by Garrett Crochet of the Chicago White Sox headed to Michael. And then we have a Joe Adell of the Los Angeles Angels going to Lucas, followed by Cal Ripken of the Baltimore Orioles, Javier Baez of the Cubs, a fearless Dylan Carlson RC of the St. Louis Cardinals headed to David, followed up by Christian Yelich of the Brewers, a blue Tanner Hook RC of the Boston Red Sox going to Jeff. And then we have an emergent Jared Kelenic emergent of the Seattle Mariners, and that is going to Kevin. Chris Bryant of the Cubs, followed by an Andy Young RC of the Arizona Diamondbacks going to David, followed by Ken Griffey Jr. of the Mariners, Zach Plessick of the Guardians, Miguel Yajur of the Pittsburgh Pirates headed to Patrick. And then we have Starling Marte of the Marlins, Giancarlo Stanton of the New York Yankees, Harmon Killebrew Old School of the Minnesota Twins heading to David, followed by Jose Abreu of the White Sox. And then we're going to have a Ryan Mountcastle. That's going to be a neon orange out of 100 of the Baltimore Orioles going to Michael, followed up by Tristan McKenzie with that red rook of the Cleveland Guardians heading to Phil. And then we have a stargazing Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians as well going to Phil. Rod Carew of the Angels, followed by Luis Garcia RC of the Washington Nationals, headed to Cynthia. Isaiah of the Rangers, followed by Santiago Espinal of the Toronto Blue Jays, going to Joseph. Edward Olivares of the Kansas City Royals, and that is headed to David. Followed up by Alex Kirilloff of the Minnesota Twins. Alex Kirilloff of the Twins going to David as well. Walker Buehler of the Dodgers. A fearless Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then we have a Dean Kremer of the Baltimore Orioles. Dean Kremer of the Baltimore Orioles. And that is going to be heading to Michael. Followed up by a Jake Woodford Silver RC of the St. Louis Cardinals headed to David. And a Fireworks Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees going to Chris. We'll happily do another Pick Your Division. Unfortunately, it won't be able to be done tonight. All the Donruss I have in-house is listed. And then here we go, a silver rookie signatures, Luis Gonzalez of the Chicago White Sox headed to Michael. All these new products, I'm getting hammered with limits through my distributor. I definitely apologize about that for sure. They cannot keep up with how much stuff I need. Taylor Trammell of the Seattle Mariners heading to Kevin, followed by Sixto Sanchez of the Miami Marlins, and that is going to Leo. A Jose Berrios of the Minnesota Twins, followed by Ivan Rodriguez of the Rangers, Alex Bregman of the Astros, a Johan Ovidio of the St. Louis Cardinals, and that is going to be going to David. Followed up by Tyler Stevenson of the Cincinnati Reds going to Michael, and Mickey Moyniak of the Philadelphia Phillies heading to Chris. Then we have an Illumination Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves going to Deep South, and a Seth Romeo of the Washington Nationals heading to Cynthia. Then we have a blue Anthony Santander of the Baltimore Orioles going to Michael, and a rookie class Alex Baum of the Philadelphia Phillies going to Chris to finish that up. And we have 3 packs left in this one. Wyatt Madison of the Arizona Diamondbacks going to David, followed by Ketel Marte of the Diamondbacks. Yerman Mercedes of the Chicago White Sox headed to Michael, followed by Adonis Medina of the Philadelphia Phillies going to Chris. Then we have Jesus Sanchez of the Miami Marlins going to Leo as well, followed by Nick Montagrill of the Chicago White Sox headed to Michael. Then we have Kohei Arihara of the Texas Rangers going to Mr. CEO, followed up by an Illumination Buster Posey of the San Francisco Giants going to Brooks, a Will Craig RC, Will Craig of the Pittsburgh Pirates as well going to Patrick. And then we're going to have that red wave out of 149, Starling Marte, followed by a red Kevin Biggio of the Toronto Blue Jays, and then a rookie class Brian Hayes to wrap up that pack. Kerry Wood, what a blast from a pass right there. There is a new pick your team that's up with Don Russ. And we have Keegan Akin of the Baltimore Orioles. Keegan Akin of the Baltimore Orioles RC. Tim Henderson of the White Sox. Anthony Rizzo of the Cubs. Estevan Florial of the New York Yankees RC headed to Chris. Followed by Travis Blakenhorn of the Minnesota Twins. Then we have Jose Altuve of the Astros. A Jazz Chisholm of the Miami Marlins going to Leo. Followed up by a fearless Chris Bryant of the Chicago Cubs. Then we have Chipper Jones of the Atlanta Braves. Followed up by a blue Dylan Carlson RC. That blue looks like maybe a mojo right there out of 199 of the St. Louis Cardinals to Gulf Coast. Followed by Rafael Devers, a red, and a Sluggers Juan Soto of the Washington Nationals. Isaac Paredes of the Detroit Tigers going to Michael, followed by Randy Arozarena of the Tampa Bay Rays, Craig Biggio of the Astros, Jonathan Stever of the Chicago White Sox heading to RC right there, heading to Michael, followed by a Jonathan India RC of the Cincinnati Reds going to Michael as well. Albert Abreu of the New York Yankees RC headed to Chris. A Monte Harrison of the Miami Marlins going to Leo. Jose Marmelos of the Seattle Mariners going to Kevin as well. Then we have a Babe Ruth of the New York Yankees going to Chris. Kwang Hun Kim of the St. Louis Cardinals going to David. A Trevor Bauer blue of the Los Angeles Dodgers going to Kevin. And a championship stage Corey Seager of the Los Angeles Dodgers going to Kevin. Alrighty, let's run down these rookies. We have the blue out of 199, Dylan Carlson of the Cardinals, Alex Baum of the Philadelphia Phillies, Jake Woodford Silver of the St. Louis Cardinals, the red Tristan McKenzie of the Cleveland Guardians. Then we have a neon orange Ryan Mountcastle of the Orioles, an emergent Jared Kelenic of the Mariners, a blue Tanner Hook of the Boston Red Sox, a fearless Dylan Carlson of the St. Louis Cardinals, followed by a silver Andrew Vaughn of the White Sox, Brady Singer rookie class of the Kansas City Royals, Cabrian Hayes of the Pirates red, Luis Patino blue of the Tampa Bay Rays, and Ian Anderson of the Atlanta Braves. And now on to our autographs, of which there are 3. And we have the Nick Neidert of the Miami Marlins headed to Leo, Ian Anderson of the Atlanta Braves going to Deep South, and Luis Gonzalez of the Chicago White Sox headed to Michael. And with that, we are done with break 1342, and we will be right back from BT Field.